Hey guys, it's Justin back with an engineer's perspective, and good morning, America. I'm gonna try to rip out a couple videos real quick this morning, but first I wanted to start off with a quick little public service announcement. So this here is a Victorinox Cadet, fantastic knife, one of my absolute favorites Victorinox knives and just knives in general. And I don't even remember what I had made a video about, but Mr. Steve Sinclair, who is a frequent commenter on my Swiss Army knife videos, very knowledgeable about them. And he had mentioned that there was an update to the file on the Cadet that was done, I think he said in 2018 even, but maybe more recently than that, I don't recall. Should have checked. But this is the traditional file on the Cadet. This is the second Cadet I've actually owned. I used to have a green Cutlery Shop exclusive one that I lost, and I'm very bummed about that, but that's beside the point. And I love this file. It's great for what I use it for, which is nails mostly. Also sometimes little, like plastic toys or something, or just whatever will have like a little nubbin from the casting process, or molding rather, and you can just kind of buzz that off so it's not annoying for you or your children or whatever. But great file. I never really had any complaints other than one, and if you can see how that the abrasion area doesn't go right to the edge, that could sometimes be annoying, but it's never that big of a deal. But this kind of pattern is my favorite. And like the Leatherman Style series uses this kind of a thing too, and it's kind of I use this for my nails a lot, guys. And it's the kind of a good in-between of aggressive, like removes nail and other things, but doesn't wreck your frickin' nails and like send shivers up your spine when you use it. Well, Victorinox, for whatever reason, decided they didn't want to do that anymore, and they changed it. They changed it to that. So I have seen in pictures, like on like websites, this looking thing for a long time, and I just thought it was something weird with like the render. But no, they changed the file. It's got about the same amount of contact area, actually a little bit more, really, but now it goes edge to edge, and what it is it's just lines that are, vertical, holding it this way, just all the way down like a normal file. And when I saw that, I was like, oh crap, I do not want that. I'm gonna buy a second Cadet so that I can make sure I've got a spare to this one. So I bought a second one. This is the box it came in, and do you see what it shows in the box? It shows the old style, but after anxiously ripping it open, what did I get? The new style. So, bummed about that. And I almost returned it immediately, but then I stopped for a second, and I said, well, maybe I should try it out and see if it's as bad as I am 100% expecting it to be. Well, in classic Victorinox fashion, it's better than I thought it would. Victorinox doesn't do things that are just overtly awful, I feel like. I mean, there's probably exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, I don't find things that are just genuinely awful. Whereas, contrast that with that blade, which I think is overtly awful, or that file, which I think is overtly awful. So they don't do crap like that. And what I'll say is that this file isn't overtly awful. It's, for what it is, it's pretty good. It's very good for what it is, I guess. So I've ran across this a lot on like the Leathermans, with the standard file, because here's a surge with the diamond, and on the back it's got the crosshatch. But if you were to get one that doesn't have a diamond, it will get the double cut and then the single cut, which looks like that. And those are obviously not meant for fingernails, but they're really not great for your fingernails. Whereas this one is kind of an in-between a little bit. It's very aggressive. It does work very well, but it's a little bit too much. And that's kind of what you find, is it's a little bit grabby. So you kind of have to be a little bit more careful with it. And I'm sorry if that sound is just destroying your ears. But now it goes fully to the edge, so that's an advantage. And for this style of file, which I normally just hate, it's not that bad for doing your nails. So is it an upgrade? I'm still gonna say I prefer this one, but is this horrible and you have to go and buy 2 of these as spares right now? Probably not. It's not that bad. It doesn't ruin the knife, which for me, it honestly could have. So there you go. That's a little update on these guys. A little public service announcement that there is a change that happened. And yeah, wouldn't say I'm have my finger on the beating hearts of Victorinox, but this went totally under the radar with me because I just thought there was weirdness in their 3D renders. But yeah, so if you do want to try to snag some of the old stock, call your retailers and see if they have any. But that's what you're gonna get from now on. So, good or bad, that's what they're doing. So there you go, little public service announcement. So that's all I've got for you guys. Have a good one. Bye.